What's up? What's up? How's it going? Jonathan here with Boston Collectors, and today's video is going to be a little bit different from what you're used to. What I want to do is talk to you all about the top 5 things that I feel help me as a collector. So let's just go ahead and dive straight into it. So, number one, I think for any collector is a good knife. I picked this up from Home Depot. I want to say it was about 20 bucks. I can share a link to the knife probably from Amazon if possible. And, we'll also have those as affiliate links. So for those of you who would like to help support us at no extra cost to you, you can go ahead and pick them up in the description below. So this knife is very, very sturdy. It's not a switchblade. You have this little piece here. It's a little lever that will release it. You can close it, open it back up. It's by Gerber. This is what I use to unbox my figures, taking them out of the box, the shipper that it comes in, taking the accessory stickers off. Very, very easy to take off. And again, this is dedicated to strictly unboxing. I've noticed that it was a lot better than going into the kitchen or using my nail. It makes life it makes it a lot easier to have a dedicated knife. Next up, I know a lot of you probably wouldn't want to get gloves, but I feel like for figures like the Death Trooper and Darth Vader, figures where fingerprints can be seen and noticeable, even though you can wash your hands and all of that good stuff. Yes, that's good, but your hands are always secreting oil, and I don't like that on my figures. So I went ahead and I bought a 100 pack of gloves. At the time, these were 15 bucks. But again, I'll share all of the links to everything that I'm going to be talking about today down below. So if you would like to pick these up, feel free to do so. They also have these cloth gloves that you can pick up. They're not one-time use gloves, and I actually use my gloves more than once. I can get about a good 3-4 uses out of them depending on what I'm doing. If it's just unboxing, about a good 3-4 uses out of them. And these are black. I also like the way that they look on camera versus white, because I want the focus to be on the product and on the figure itself. So gloves, I think, are important. And next up, we have baggies. Now, there is something extra down here, but before we get into that, I want to talk about the baggies here. Now, all of them come in different sizes. In fact, this was a 3-pack, and I bought this bigger one separately. Now, you're probably going to look at this big ass bag and think, what do I need something this big for? We'll get into that shortly. So first thing first, we have this small one, which this is what you're looking at as far as the bag that you'll be utilizing. And for these, the batteries that come with the figure. So you have the wrist, the ankle, the pegs that Hot Toys usually provide. I put a lot of those pieces in here. Next up, we also have the medium bag, which again, you're looking at a bag about this size. Well, it's exactly the same bag, but I feel like this is great for smaller accessories like hands, some of the figures that come with holograms, special effects like the jetpack effects and all of that good stuff. I feel like this is probably the better all-around bag to have. But again, it comes in a 3-pack and it was relatively cheap. So next up, you're looking at an even larger size bag, and that is going to be this size. Now, for those of you who don't purchase Star Wars figures, I find this to be easier to package the saber arms into. So you bend them at the elbow, tuck them in, put them inside, and this is actually perfect for that. I feel like this will be good for something like maybe Cap Shield or some Iron Man pieces if you don't want to utilize them. But Again, we'll be talking about that after this segment. And last but not least, we're looking at, again, this huge pack. Look, this thing is huge, right? This thing is huge. So you're looking at this. And now you could probably, this is about a 1/6 scale figure bag, right? Oh, exaggerating, of course. There's actually a reason that I bought these. I needed something to hold my lightsaber pieces, so the motion effect and the single blade that you see in the Hot Toys boxes. Now, this is more than enough room, right? Well, there's something that I do want to point out. For those of you who are crafty and who paid attention in art class, there's a way to cut this bag in half for it to work as 2 bags. And that's what I've done here. So this is in fact the same bag. And I use this for like the motion activated saber and the single bladed saber. So cutting them down the middle with a hot blade. And in turn, what's happening is as you're cutting down the middle with that blade, you're sealing it as you continue to go down. And again, as you can see, there you go. It's sealed all the way around. It's good. It works. Now, let's go ahead and talk about why we're doing that. The fourth thing that's leading us into what we have here, I purchased this from Home Depot for 15 bucks. You can pick this up again on Amazon. This is a compartmentalized carrying case that we can also start diving into. It's by Husky. I'm not sponsored by any of the brands or whatever you see here that I'm talking about. Gerber isn't sponsoring this, nor is Husky. I went out, purchased all of this stuff on my own. So let's go ahead and open this up. It's very nice, very sturdy. It's got this durable feel to it, this nice rugged texture feel here on the outside. And again, if we go ahead and turn this over this way, it's not going to go all the way back. Let's just go ahead and pull out some of the compartments. All of the compartments come out. So you have, what is that? 8 compartments. And then you also have 2 of these longer compartments. And these are what I use for, if I just grab a random one. This is Kylo Ren's bag with his saber arm in it. We also have Solo Maul there. Again, again, as I pointed out, these are perfect for the saber arms. And some of them are going to be a little bit bigger than others. For example, the DX-17 Maul arm is a lot longer than the rest of them here. And the bags work perfectly, which is why I think it's great to have that 3-piece bag set. So let's go ahead and put this back inside here and talk about the longer bags that we showed earlier. So if we grab, let's say Dark Side Anakin's motion and single blade, there you go. Look at that. Nice, right? It fits, it works, perfect size. And you can't beat that. Perfect. It fits perfectly. Now, if we look at the hands here, here we have Darth Vader's hands. We're gonna get to the labels here shortly. For those of you who are interested in that, that's going to be the 5th thing that we talk about. So we have the hands there. Like I stated before, we have the pegs, we have the batteries, we have the effects here and extra little bits for the Punisher War Machine. We have Count Dooku. Again, you don't need, like, this is a bigger bag, right? This is the medium-sized bag here. I'm not going to use bigger bags if I don't need to. And again, the reason for this is I have my boxes and stuff stored away. I don't like going into the closet, going into the shipper, pulling out the box, taking the box apart, taking the shells apart. I don't like that was getting pretty old. I don't always go back to repose my figures, but in case that I have that itch to do so because I want to switch up the way my DTOF looks, this is great for that. So let's go ahead and get into the fifth thing. Alrighty, and number 5 on that list. We're also gonna have an alternative to this because not a lot of people really care about organized looks. So you don't actually have to get this, but let's go ahead and talk about the DYMO letter tag here. So it's very, very easy to work. You have your on button here. You type out whatever you want. I'm a photographer, so I have speed lights up here. And you can also have them separated by space. So if you want it to have solo up top or DX17 or whatever the case might be, a DX number, what that figure is, you can only have 2 lines though. You can't exceed that. So this is relatively easy. You type out what you want, you hit the print button. It's going to print it inside. As you can see, the paper's coming out. On the side here, you have a button that is going to cut the paper off. And as you can see here, it's going to give us the tag for the bags. Now, again, like I've stated before, let's go ahead and turn that off. If you don't want to purchase a label maker or a label machine, it's very, very easy to go out or like run to the store, go downstairs to your basement or in a drawer and use a permanent marker. That works perfectly fine. However, I just don't want to do that because I fear possibly bleeding through, and I don't like the smell that markers leave behind. And I definitely don't want my figure pieces smelling that way. So I feel like a label machine is the perfect way to go. I know it's probably a little late in the video to say this, but yeah, I just love this hoodie because it's very comfortable. I know it's weird to see Detroit Tigers and the Boston Celtics. Pay that no mind, but if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know like what helped you as a collector change up the way, like your, would you call it workflow? As far as like being able to go back and pose some of your figures, do you actually go the old-fashioned route and box everything up? Do you ever go back to repose your figures? I don't know. Maybe I can learn something from you all. I'd like to make life a little bit easier on myself as a collector. And again, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit us up over on social media. Boston Collectors on Instagram, at MA Collectors on Twitter. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. Thank you so much for watching.